And I am greeted by a vision of white and violet. And black. The struggle to keep my face from going red is immense. Yuri is always dressed in very modest clothes. This is... Why is she wearing that? I'm currently trying to look at her arms. Did she like... What did she do to cover it up, I wonder? It's like she's trying to short my brain out. It's good to see you again, Max. These poses are also like very seductively made. I wanted to thank you for taking care of me last night. Don't mention it. I was happy to. I can't stop my eyes from studying Yuri's arms. I can't see a single mark. Surely there must be scars or something. I squint, which only serves to make Yuri more nervous. Hey, lovebirds, get over here! Natsuki and Monica call out to us from the pool. I'd imagine it would be freezing, but the two seem fine. We should probably go join them. He remains flushed, unwilling to meet my gaze. Yes, indeed. We just reached the pool's edge when I hear the rapid pattering of footsteps. Belly flop! Sarah goes flying past us, landing in the pool only inches from Monica. Slowly, her head rises out of the water. Ah! Sarah, what the hell? It was so dangerous! I wanted to actually just take a look. So yeah, I've seen this bride before. I don't think I've ever seen like Natsuki's bathing suit design, but I really like how her hair is done here. Although I feel like that's pretty inconvenient, like having the hair up would prevent like the I forgot what they're called, the hairbands from like loosening. Like this, they're lower now. And even if you don't try to go underwater, there's a chance that it might there's a higher chance this might go underwater than if they remained upwards. Like with Sayori, it makes sense that she would like bring it upwards so that it doesn't loosen here as easily. I mean, it's always upwards up here, but like... And Monica must be very careful with these, because these could loosen very easily. Are you alright? My tummy hurt! There's a collective sigh of relief from the group. Well, hopefully that teaches you not to jump into a pool. You can't be mean to me, I'm injured! Natsuki and Monica giggle, but I notice Yuri doesn't join in. I'll need to find a chance to talk to her before she leaves. I wade into the water and find that it's surprisingly warm, like a spa. As the cool breeze grazes my exposed skin, the muscle-melting warmth of the water is intoxicating. Zero steps in after me. She's very careful not to submerge her arms. Her long hair pools over the water's surface. So yeah, she's probably wearing some type of makeup. So what should we do first? Sleep! Sarah's floating on her back like she's reclining on a cloud of pillows. I was thinking of a breath-holding contest, but we should probably wait for Sayori to catch her breath. What about Marco Polo? Sayori abruptly pops up, water drops flinging all around us. That could be fun. Sure, I'm down. Max, Sayori? I'm game. Just be warned, I get a little competitive sometimes. Just a little. Sayori says that with the most mischievous smirk. I may be underselling it. Yuri, are you playing? Yuri seems nervous and unsure. I might just sit this one out. You will play though. No. You sure, Yuri? We wouldn't want you to feel left out. It's fine. I'm happy watching. It's fine. I'm happy watching. I really need to talk to her. This was a terrible idea. The bikini is so tight that it caves against my back, and I don't know how to exactly word that. And I only brought it because I wanted to. Well, to impress him doesn't feel quite right, but that was essentially my reason. I wanted to show off my body. I even used to conceal it to cover my scars. That was a bad idea too. He's taking every opportunity to stare at my arms, as if the scars were all he could think about. I think I really messed up. But at least the others are having fun. Natsuki isn't very good at the game, often just swimming in random directions, but she seems to be enjoying herself anyway. So he single-handedly made everyone create 3 new rules just to stop her from cheating. Monica seems like a star athlete. Sometimes it seems like she can sense where people are, even with her eyes closed. She's only gotten knocked out by a few rounds, specifically whenever she tried to sneak out of the water. She always gets caught. And Max is very muscular, but I suppose he was kind of trained to be that way. Trained in quotations because... I didn't like the idea of that being called training. I get what he meant about being competitive. He's been taking the game very seriously. Whenever he's not being targeted, he remains incredibly still and silent. When he is targeted, he always finds a way to escape, usually by swimming beneath his pursuer or behind someone else so they get caught instead. In one round, when Natsuki had him cornered against the ladder, Max just used to step off the springboard to dive right over Natsuki's head. It was quite impressive. He's so talented and put together. It feels like a joke to believe he'd be interested in someone like me. And yet, I can't bring myself to give up hope. I just want to make a fool of myself anymore. If there's any hope for Max and I to be together, this is my very thin ice. It's on very thin ice. I can't afford to take any more mistakes. Make any more mistakes. Marco! Polo! Monica surges forward like a dolphin, just barely missing Sayori by a hair's breadth. Sayori in a panic rushes over to hide behind me. Yuri, save me! Fish out of water? Nope. Mermaid on the rocks? No! No! Sayori, you have to answer. I feel Sayori quivering behind me. Max looks over to the two of us and flashes me a sympathetic look. Matt flutters bravely. Marco! Polo! Sayori! In the tiniest whisper I've ever heard, Sayori speaks. Polo. In the flash, Monica's in the water, jetting towards us. Sayori screams and doggy paddles away, but I'm frozen like a deer in headlights as Monica streams towards me and places her hand on my leg. She splashes me as she suddenly rises up, inhaling deeply. I got someone. Who was it? Her eyes flutter for a second before she opens them fully. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm still it then. I can't help thinking back to Mac's sympathetic gaze from earlier. Actually, Monica looks at me, eyebrows raised. I'd like to join in this round if that's okay. Yuri, that's awesome. We'd love you to. Monica turns to the others. Yuri's it. Yeah, Yuri's joining. I turn my back and close my eyes. If I go underwater, my scars might. I'll make up some excuse. They'll understand, right? Either way, I need to do this. Max will never notice me if I never take part in anything. I finished counting out loud. With my eyes firmly shut, I slowly turn around and listen for noise. I hear the sound of Sayori shushing someone and some gentle splashing. Marco! Ah! Polo! Max deep timber voice cuts through the others' voices, though it sounds like they're all bunched up at the other end of the pool. I take a deep breath, submerging myself fully under the water and swimming in the direction. As I do, I can feel the shifting currents as my friends swim to a different side. I slowly rise out of the water, my long hair draped heavily over my shoulders. Probably look like a witch rising from a swamp. I feel someone kicking rapidly away from me, so I reach my hand in the direction. Ah! No, no, no! I lunge after Sayori. She tries to get away, but she's fast. Save me! Save me! I hear what sounds like someone trying to unlash themselves from Sayori's grasp. There's a splash as one of them madly dashes to the left, while the other person quietly moves to the right. Stand still for a moment before lashing out at the person to my right. My hand touches bare skin. I've got you! I open my eyes. I kind of suspected that. My fingers are currently curled over Mac's toned chest. Good job, Yuri. I'm it, guys! Finally! Go, Yuri! It takes a minute to get over my shock and remember that I'm still touching him. I draw my hand from Mac's body abruptly, backing away. Good luck. Mac smiles at me. You too. He quickly turns around and begins counting aloud. That one smile gives me enough adrenaline to propel me to the other side of the pool. The others quickly huddle with me, staying as far from Max as possible. 19, 20. Max turns around slowly. Listening for us. Marco. But before we can even finish speaking, Max bursts through the water towards us. Ah! Nez and Matt scramble as we tried to swim away. I barely managed to maneuver around Max as he reaches the spot we just were. Suddenly he stops, standing incredibly still. None of us dare move. Except for Natsuki. In a heartbeat, a crashing wave of water looms over her with Max barreling close behind it. Holy shit! Got you! Max opens his eyes, looking around at us. Sayori and Natsuki pant from exertion. Monica looks a little stressed too. Well, that was intense. Monica's tone is joking, but the others seem genuinely worn out. A little competitive. A little. Yeah, a little competitive. I saw my life flash before my eyes. They're exaggerating, right? I found it quite exhilarating. That's how I've always played it. I'm sure it was fine when you were a kid, but you're a lot bigger and stronger now. Sorry, I didn't mean to take it too far. Max seems a little deflated. That's okay. I think we all had fun overall, didn't we? Why don't we relax for a bit? Yes, please. I can hardly breathe. The others head back to the edge of the pool, either to float on their backs or to sit on the steps. Max stands in place, absent-mindedly making small waves with his hands. I don't think I've ever seen him look so defeated. My previous anxiety is forgotten. I wade over to him. Hey, everything okay? Max looks up at me, surprise marked on his face. He then quickly looks away again. Yeah, all good. I probably should have expected that. Even if we didn't have any trouble opening up before, we're not exactly in a good place right now. Well, regardless of what the others say, I enjoyed playing with you. It was quite thrilling. Max looks up at me again and forces a weak smile. Thanks, Yuri. I'm glad someone feels that way. But I shouldn't have gone all out. You couldn't have known, Max. Don't blame yourself. Max shrugs. There's no one else to blame. Besides, if I don't take responsibility, I'll never improve. Thank you for trying to make me feel better, really, but I'm okay. Oh, but... I don't like this. I feel like Max is putting on an act for my sake. He used to be so open with me. God, I really screwed up. I look around the pool, seeing if anyone else has noticed how Max is feeling. Mine and Natsuki are huddled on the stairs, deep in conversation. Sarah is floating with her limbs spread out, spraying water from her mouth like a fountain. Hey, are you okay? We haven't really had a chance to talk lately. Yes, I'm well. Just a little headache from last night. As much as we should talk, I'm desperately hoping he doesn't bring up what he saw that afternoon. His unwavering gaze returns piercing into my soul. He responds as if he could see the very heart of my fears. Look, I'm sorry for how I reacted the other day. It was a lot to take in. If you would like to talk about it, please know I am here for you. I'm not completely unfamiliar with it. But if you never want me to speak of it again, that's your choice. I'll respect it. Just know that we care about you, okay? I care about you. I barely register each word as it leaves his mouth. In part, it's because my brain is mesmerized by his eyes, by the water dripping down his body, by the sound of his voice. There's a part of me just doesn't want to hear what he's saying. Despite that, his words do reach me. Comfortable isn't the word I would use, but it definitely feels less awkward between us now. At least for me. Thanks, Max. His mouth opens to speak, but he stops and peers behind me. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Oh no, what if Monica overheard? Or to explain what we were talking about? Monica, it's... Yuri was just bragging about how she tagged me. What's up? Thank you. Well, we hung out together a lot this week. I know Natsuki and I had a lot of fun. For sure, me too. I love hanging out with you guys. Good. Well, Natsuki and I were wondering if you would all want another sleepover tonight. At my place, since I've imposed on others enough as is. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, Monica. My mother gets home tonight and I'd like to be there. That's right. I'm sorry, Yuri. That completely slipped my mind. I also have plans later tonight. Really? Sorry if we're keeping you. If you have somewhere to be. It's fine. I'm not getting picked up for a while. Well, that's that. Sorry, Natsuki. Unless you want to come and hang out, just the two of us. No, it's fine. We'd only spend every night together. Why not? Marry each other. Be in a polyamorous relationship. I mean, Yuri seems to not be very willing to share Max, but if you all want to form a relationship together, go and do that. I'm free tomorrow night. Okay, tomorrow night then, everyone. The rest of the group thinks for a moment before agreeing. Even Max agrees to come. Great, it's settled then. We'll watch that movie from the other night. Oh, so you're a guest. Oh God, it's gotten worse. Well, give me a second. Every time I try to read it, I feel so silly. I stop like, Grow gumballs! Go gambler, Sayori. That's basically what I said! Natsuki and Monica laugh. I can't help but stifle a giggle. Even Max seems amused. I think this was a good night. We should probably get changed. Wouldn't want Sayori to miss her ride. Wordlessly, the others begin climbing out of the pool and drying off with nearby towels. I cannot but feel a little sad. I was just starting to enjoy myself. Yuri, you coming? The others are already walking to the locker rooms. Go on ahead. I'll just be a minute. Okay, we'll wait at the entrance for you. Morning, Sayori woke up, chatting about something. Max and Natsuki take one last look at me, so I smile at them, which appeases them enough for them to leave. Once again, the door clicks shut behind them. I run my fingers along my forearm. The makeup I applied is runny, but it's held up surprisingly well. Nobody seemed to notice. I gently run my fingertips over each scar, feeling each small bump and crevice. I hate the bumps. They're so unsightly. I've the urge to carve them open again to get rid of them. Deep breaths, Yuri. Deep breaths. The night went well. No need to ruin it now. But Max, he said he wasn't unfamiliar with it. I have to assume he meant... I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe if he's seen scars like mine before, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to talk to him about it. Maybe he'll understand. The thought sets my mind aflame with images of Max gazing over my scars. This time I don't drive this thought away, letting it linger in my mind. My arms itch as if swarming with fire ants, but the cold night air helps to dull the sensation. It's not much, but it's enough that I can make my way to the changing room. Yuri's been gone a long time. I hope she's okay. We had a chance to talk at least, but I don't know if I managed to reassure her at all. Worst case scenario, I heighten her insecurities even more. Why does talking to people have to be so complicated? He's here! From down the street, a shadowy silhouette of a person appears to be walking towards us. As Sayori waves him down, he picks up speed and breaks into a run. Taylor! Sayori quickly jumps over to hug him. You all know Taylor, right? Taylor waves at us, smiling nervously. Yeah, I met most of you at the party. Good to see you all again. You too, Taylor. You take care of our Sayori now. Natsuki says nothing, absent-mindedly staring through the windows of the buildings we just left. Seems she's worried about Yuri too. I'll see you guys tomorrow, everyone! Sayori hugs Monik and Natsuki goodbye before turning to me. You're getting hugged too, mister! I'm not much of a hugger, but it's hard to say no to Sayori. Ah, so... cool. Our embrace doesn't last long. She smiles as she moves away and runs back to Taylor. Taylor awkwardly looks around as if wondering whether he should be hugging us too. Well, have a good night, you two! Yeah, good night, everyone! Sayori's already skipped down the path away from us. Let's go! Taylor gives one last wave before jogging off. Sayori's already skipped down the path away from us. Taylor gives one last wave before jogging off after her. He seems nice. I don't like him. Natsuki, I think you just don't like meeting new people. Not true. I liked Max when I met him. Well, now you're just lying. Natsuki chuckles. Yeah, okay, you got me. We're interrupted when the building door is open. Finally! What took you so long? Sayori already left! Yuri seems lost in thought, barely registering Natsuki's question. Oh, really? Sorry, I didn't realize I had taken so long. No harm done. We'll see her again tomorrow. Speaking of which, it's getting a bit late. You ready to head home, Natsuki? Yeah, it's freezing out here. Let's go. Oh, you two are leaving together? Yeah, I live pretty far away, so I figured I might as well spend the night at Monica's. It should be fun. We never really get to have time with just the two of us. Sayuri will have Taylor and you two will have each other. How about... There is very little art of Monisuke, right? Nom, nom. Oh, that's really great. I hope you both have a wonderful night. Yuri seems downtrodden. I guess she feels a little left out. Thanks, Yuri. You know, you should just come over one night too. Maybe. Can we go, please? I'm freezing my butt off. Yes, of course. Sorry. See you tomorrow. Message us when you get home. Will do. The two quickly walk off and out of sight, leaving Yuri and I alone in the dimly lit street. Yuri doesn't say goodbye. Her eyes are locked into the ground as if she's wrapped up in her own thoughts. Everything okay? A foggy eye snapped to mine. She seems confused for a second before regaining her composure. Yes, just not looking forward to the walk home. Long walk? Yuri's eyes drift to the ground again. Long, dark, lonely. I can only imagine. Trapped in her own mind as she is, a long walk could feel like a long lecture of self-doubt. Been there, not fun. Want me to come along? Keep you company? Yuri's eyes once again dart up to meet mine, her cheeks flushed a deep red. I couldn't possibly ask you to do that. I wouldn't want to be a burden. Yuri, can you please accept that I genuinely enjoy spending time with you? Walking you home is not a chore. It's a privilege. Yuri's eyes shift away from mine. I knew you wouldn't lie to me. It's just hard for me to believe that's true. Well then, I'll just have to prove it to you. I hold up my hand to her. I'm not sure if it's the right move, but it seems like the polite thing to do. Yuri stares at my hand for a few silent moments, looking surprised. She tentatively places her hand in mine. Her skin is so soft and delicate, and would I'll break her hand if I squeeze too hard. If that's the case, I certainly wouldn't say no to your company. Yuri's cheeks are still bright red, but a small smile seems stuck to her face. We walk hand in hand into the darkness of the night. Small street lamps illuminate our path. The sound of crickets, owls, and wind-blown leaves keeping us company in the quiet night. The scent of petrichor hangs lightly in the air, and the ground is damp with the puddles of recent rainwater. Yuri takes a deep breath in, savoring the smell of the wind. I'm not sure why, but with her hand in mine and the ambient nature around us, I feel at peace. I didn't even realize it had rained. Only a little. It happened while we were swimming. If I recall, you were a little preoccupied with winning your game at the time. Seems that wave of peace has washed over Yuri as well. The red complexion is gone from her face, and the stutter in her voice has all but disappeared. Even our intertwined hands don't seem to bother her, not that I'm complaining. You really like the rain, don't you? Yuri's eyes trace the treetops nearby, as if studying every silhouetted leaf in the distance. Oh, sorry. I hadn't thought of it like that. I suppose I do. Something about the constant presence of sound and smell. It's reassuring. Sometimes on rainy nights I leave my window open a crack. Just enough so that cold winter air can fill my room, and the sound of pattering rain is loud enough to drown out my thoughts. When I wake up, my whole room smells like rainwater. Feels almost nostalgic in a way. Yuri's hand traces a line across the top of a nearby bench. Cold water rushes over the edge, propelled by her finger. Tiny drops cascade from her nails. Like the tears of time and memory have fallen from the heavens to renew the earth. That's very poetic. She looks back to me, smiling. I suppose it is. Her violet eyes shift back to the world around us. It's almost as if she's in a trance, caught in the hypnotizing gaze of the natural world. It's strange. I didn't expect to see a side of Yuri like this, but now that I have, so much of her seems clearer. What about you, Max? Do you like the rain? Her eyes gaze into mine as if prodding and pondering my soul. To be honest, I'd only ever thought of rain as an inconvenience. But after Yuri shared how she felt, I'm struggling to see it that way again. I look around, seeing the world through her eyes. The light reflected in the falling droplets, the crystal-like shimmer of the grass, the misty haze reflected in the streetlight. It never occurred to me how such small details could look so beautiful. I think rain is like purification, washing away the dirt and darkness of the normal world into something pure and clean. Here takes another look around, as if my words were presented as images in front of her. I see what you mean. You're quite poetic yourself. I laugh. Compared to you, I'm barely literate. Yuri giggles, hiding her blushing face behind her hand. That's very kind of you, Max. You're always so considerate. I could swear I felt Yuri's grip on my hand tightening. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. I get the feeling that people don't consider you as much as they should. I guess I can relate to that. Much of Yuri's face is hidden behind a damp veil of purple hair, but I can see the edges of her cheeks. I'm always surprised by how alike we are, and yet we're different too. Like the way she sees the world around her. Even now I struggle to see the fallen rain in the ephemeral way she described it, as anything other than a sea of crystalline grass. This girl, she really is amazing. The cold air digs into my skin, forcing me to huddle deeper into my sweater. Despite the chilling winds, I'm not uncomfortable. The calloused hand holding mine has been keeping me warm, along with the warm blood that's been rushing to my face. I feel like I'm in a dream. My heart is pounding like an earthquake within my chest. With every second, my mind urges me to know my place, to rip my arm away and to apologize. But another, stronger part of me is unwilling to let go, as if slipping from his grasp would mean losing him entirely. I know that on any other day, I would struggle to even speak around him, but today, I'm spewing out poetic language at his feet. I can't help it. I want so desperately for him to see who I really am. But I also crave his approval. Would he still like me if he saw the real me? My emotions battle in a raging war within my head. I must seem like a wreck. Every time I sneak a peek at his eyes, they seem locked onto the signs of dripping raindrops around us, as if there had never been anything more interesting. He barely even noticed how I started studying every pore of his skin, and every rise and fall of his chest. He gazes out at the world around him, the wind tousling his hair just right. Moonlight reflects off the puddles around us, giving his face a faint sliver of sheen. Part of me doesn't want to go home. Part of me wants him to lead me. Part of me wants to lead him on an endless walk, seeing how long he would stay by my side, how long it would take for him to leave. Beautiful. I can't stop my head from swirling over to Max, desperate to know what he found so entrancing. Again, his eyes were drifting around our surroundings and staring into the trees. God, this is agony. Just once, I'd like him to look at me. Really look at me and describe me in the way he described the dew on the grass. Just once, I'd like to hear him express affection for me. My heart races at the thought. Just once. I could live with only ever hearing it once, so long as I heard it right. But I know in my soul that that's a lie. One affectionate word from Max, and I'd never feel satisfied for the rest of my life. God, how does he do this to me? I used to revel in my loneliness. I never cared so much about one person, so much about how one person thought of me. But now, It's all that occupies my mind. I'm obsessed. I feel my arms subconsciously tug out of Mac's hold, breaking the link between us. His eyes immediately shift to mine. You okay? No, I am not. I'm letting my emotions get the better of me. Tonight has been a good night. There's no need to find pain in every little moment. I take a few deep breaths to calm myself. I will not let my mind ruin this night. No more mistakes. Yes, sorry. Just a lot going through my mind right now. Anything you'd like to talk about? Of course you would ask that. Mac's face is as impassive and unreadable as always. I center myself, breathing in the fresh air around us. It's okay, Yuri. It's okay. Thank you. Just my emotions getting the better of me. Still worried about what you said to Natsuki? A wave of guilt crushes over me. I'd forgotten all about that. Truth be told, that wasn't on my mind. But yes, it does worry me. Natsuki seemed fine earlier, but she can hide her emotions surprisingly well when she needs to. An ability I wish I could learn. I think she's still upset. I should probably talk to her. God, she probably hates me. Max raises an eyebrow. You really think so? I nod shakily. I should feel bad, but my body is so drained, physically and emotionally. It's like my obsession was filling a great void in my chest, but now I've pushed it aside. I struggle to feel anything at all, aside from the ever-present disappointment of myself. I don't think she hates you. What? Why not? Max looks to me, then to the sky, likely thinking about how best Max looks to me, then to the sky, likely thinking about how to best word his response. The night after it happened, I had a very long talk with Natsuki. You two spoke? Yes, believe it or not, I had to talk to people I do talk to people sometimes. He grins slightly, and I can't help but raise the corners of my lips in turn. But nearly all we talked about was how worried she was for you. Max's words ring out, but I struggle to register them. Really, I just can't imagine that. Your imagination does not dictate reality. I mean it. She cared so much about you that she started accusing me of manipulating you. Really? That I don't have as much trouble visualizing. Natsuki's pouting face appears clearly in my mind. I'd have been impressed if I wasn't so offended. Well, stop manipulating me and she won't need to offend you, I say, trying to hide my quiet laughter. Max smirks ever so slightly. It's a good look on him, one I wouldn't mind seeing more of. Still, even if Natsuki was worried for me, I shouldn't have said what I said. I should still apologize to her, even if I'm not looking forward to it. Scared of the little one? Unbelievably so. She can hold a lot of rage in that tiny body. Like a chihuahua, I hear Natsuki's voice say in my mind. Want me to back you up when you do? I could be your bodyguard. You'd really give up your life for me like that? Max scoffs playfully. I did promise to protect you, didn't I? My mind flashes back to that moment. Our hug. He rushes to my face all at once. God, my mind is like a metronome, switching between happy and sad, anxious and brave, in the span of a heartbeat over and over. I really need to learn some self-control. But being here, with him, I feel better. I realize just how much more of him I want. I want to read with him, talk with him, stay up late and watch the sunrise with him. I want to go to Monica's party tomorrow with him at my side. I have to tell him. For my own sanity, I can't afford to wait another day to know how he feels. My mind has been splitting ends all night. If we're not meant to be, I need to know. The walk is silent as we continue onwards. Bit by bit, we're getting closer to my house and further from being together. My mind is wrapped within my own thoughts, struggling to break free. A car races by, flashing my eyes with light, which is enough to break me out of my state for just a moment. Long enough to notice the most amazing view. Whoa! the stars tonight. Max slowly comes to a halt beside me. What are you? Oh. He looks out into the night sky, following my gaze. I don't know why. I'm always stargazing at home, but tonight, a tapestry of crystal fire, woven in swirling pools of shadows. That's... wow. I recall a story I read once about a man who was stuck traveling through space. He was a religious man who often prayed to his god to save him. Eventually, he came to realization. If his god had made the earth for humans, why had he made the stars, the planets, and the rest of the universe? The man never met any aliens, no other life form it could have been made for. So he theorized that God created the celestial heavens purely so we could look up and marvel at their beauty. What happened to the man? He died, bathing in the glory of his God's most beautiful creation. It was a tragic end, but quite poignant. That sounds incredible. It was. The stars enthrall me. I don't even feel anxious about rambling just now. This moment is too beautiful. Yuri, do you always see the world this way? How do you mean? I turn to look at Max. I really like this OST too. I hope we also get one with Yuri. His eyes, the stars reflect in them, as if they were shining off of his soul. He seems completely enraptured by the sight in front of him. The stars, you call them crystal fire. It seems like you can see beauty in even the tiniest things. I suppose that's amazing. Just once I think I'd like to see the world through your eyes. I'd like to see those watery memories you spoke of, those swirling shadows. For someone so hurt by the world, you see so much beauty in it. I can only imagine. The pounding of my heart returns. Even the frosty night air doesn't stop the heat from rushing throughout my body. I tear my gaze away from Max, trying to get soaked in the view once again. It doesn't work. I have to tell him. It's the perfect moment. A fairy tale ending. I can't let him slip away. Max? I love you. So this is where the mod ends. Interesting. Took me personally something along 9 hours. Oh. Booty Crusader for poor Sophie. do need to look up the OST after this. But after I'm done with this, I first and foremost need to get to bed. My budgies will probably wake me up at 6 AM. I'll just take a nap. But I knew I wouldn't be able to, like, just put it down. Okay, I'll drink a bit of water before I go into a few things. Okay then. So I feel like this review will be one of the shorter ones. For one, because I'm tired, and for a second, because of two other reasons. Which is, usually my reviews are... I speak more about the things that I felt I didn't need to criticize. Because I usually feel the need to explain myself, and also because of the problem that I always... Not exactly problem, but that I always start up with, like, the... Everything is a 10 out of 10, and then I take points away, so I need to explain where I'm taking the points away rather than where I'm adding them. So, I'll start, but there's specific things where I really don't feel like I need to criticize much. I feel like as a as a mod, it's, I don't want to fully say perfect, but I've already decided on my score, which is 9.5, which is... I don't know if there's any mod that will ever obtain a perfect score from me. But I feel like... Like, since there's no full exact perfect score for me, probably I need to play a few more mods until I'm able to really pinpoint it. I mean, the way I rate the demo versus the final product might also be different, we'll see. That's why also, like, I'm thinking about our time, and there's a chance that I'll rate it like a 10 out of 10 simply because specific things I felt it didn't need to explain further, because it wasn't to just be a demo. The problem is it's discontinued, so I kind of can never see it. So I'm going to start it with the downsides. I've decided if both I already did it for another mod. Oh, what was it called? Some mod related to after Sayori mod, something along with those lines. And I decided to also give their 9.5 in each category, in the accuracy to canonness and to the story in general. And I think I'll just do the same here, because the issues I had were minor, but I noticed them, and in the moment it did in fact affect me. So, but they're so minor, I feel like I can just point them out real quick here, and then I'll go into quite a few good things that I just want to name, because I really enjoyed, like, I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I was already pretty excited. Maybe there's some type of bias here, because I've lately been into, like, more yandere stories, and there was kind of a little bit in that here. Even if not extremely much, because the most yandere it got were the nightmares. But yeah, so in canonness, the 0.45 points that were taken away were for one, Yuri's relationship with knives. I don't mind her, like, with the saying of she doesn't want to like her trying to not cut herself. I mean, her relationship with knives overall is displayed as something. She just generally likes knives. She doesn't seem to directly associate with knives, with cutting. I mean, we don't see it much in Act 2, but from the way she speaks about it in Act 1, it's just a genuine interest she has. And I feel like that should still be kept because it's an interest, and I know someone who has a knife collection and does in fact struggle with self-harm. The knives just play such a minor role in it that they're not even worth mentioning, because he usually doesn't harm himself with his... what do I mean usually? But as far as we're concerned, he has never harmed himself with his knife collection. There are more things like with what the MC said with like scissors and all of that. I know he's fine with me talking about it because he's generally open about it, and I mentioned it somewhere else while editing, and he's fine with me saying it. So, yeah. I feel like taking away the relationship with the knives, I was wondering, is it really worth taking away so much? But I was already like, yeah, half a point can be taken away, and just the way that Monica put it just sealed it. Yeah, at least some points need to be reduced there, because the way it made me feel there. So, I would say 0.5, not more. At the beginning I was like, maybe I should put it to 9, but like, I don't want to. Like, this part with the knives is far too minor to make such a big deal out of it. Basically, which we have in like the canonist and the actress to canon, from what I can tell, is here just the characters, because what is made up in like the past, like I said, this mod was created before the side source, and it appears to be the main game universe either way, so it doesn't even matter what happened there. And so all that matters right now are the characters. And Yuri, I felt like the way they mixed up the story, give me a moment, I need to think for a moment. How do I put this? I feel like the way they were mixed, like Act 1 and Act 2, I felt like that was really well done, and I really liked that. So Yuri's the only one who really deserves to be kind of a few points taken away, and even then, if each character would basically be 2.5 points, there is no way I'm redacting more than a half, and I was like, wondering if it's a bit too intense, but I also took points away for like other things that were pretty small. Just that I feel like those things played more of a major role, so I feel like it's still deserving that I removed 1 point there and here only a half point, because I feel like here it's mainly at the beginning where it plays much of a role, but outside of that, like with the other mod, it was at the beginning throughout like a big part of the mod, it was phrased in a way that was kind of mischaracterizing in a few multiple ways. So, but yeah, this absolutely didn't deserve it. I like the way Sayori was. We didn't really see much of her depression, but this isn't the center focus here. And I feel like it doesn't have to be. And I feel like you kind of still pick up on it with like her being drunk and then spilling some of it, and also her having this problem with like her attention span and stuff. Like, those are things related to depression. Like, a lot of them struggle with like attention span and all. So I feel like that was still conveyed in a good enough manner given the mod the demo we currently have, and given the focus we have to begin with. I feel like there was nothing weird with like Yuri's character. I liked her backstory, that she also like started off with like this family that she loved and still loves. She still loves her mother. I feel like it makes sense. I like the way they had like the relationship between Natsuki and Yuri. I feel like main game Natsuki wise, Natsuki's perfectly okay in character. Like, if it was designed the story universe, I'd feel like she'd already know not to be this teasing, but we are in the main game universe, and if the script was written before something like this existed, where you could be like, oh, they should be friends for long enough, they didn't know. Natsuki's perfectly fine for the context they had and perfectly in character. And with Monika, I feel like her still have this bit of the desire that shines through every now and then, and her wanting to be with the person that kind of represents the player outside of course, Yuri. Makes sense. And her also having a bit of the sensation. And her being self-aware also kind of explains why these mixtures are even possible of like Yuri like getting mixed up there. So I felt like she was perfectly defined the way she was, like Monika was written. Yeah, now about Natsuki's father. It's clear that this relationship is strained, but it's not very physically or something like that abusive. So I felt like it was a perfect representation of what it could be like in Act 1. Like, there is no exact perfect because there are different interpretations. The only thing that there is a strain in the relationship due to some type of behavior from the father. Controlling and neglective at the same time to a certain degree, for example. And also... yeah, but he absolutely isn't an abusive in the sense of like physically, or he's like extremely starving her. Because that's Act 2. So I feel like this is a good interpretation of what it could be like in Act 1. Story-wise, the things I liked, for example, were like Yuri's and Natsuki's relationships, that they like knew each other for a very long time. I think that was kind of cool. And I really... like, the aggressiveness I didn't like too much, but it made sense given the fact that Yuri was also kind of spiraling out of control. But I felt like the relationship was mostly like very cute and wholesome. I like the C thus far. Yeah, I feel like he was perfectly fine in the story it was written thus far. I would need to see how the topic evolves in the future. I really do hope that the mod then gets finished. It's gonna take a very, like, if it's going to be 3 times as long as this, it's probably going to take still quite a while. But I'd be really excited to play it, and it would take a long time to play it as well. But I will see that I don't pull an all-nighter there. At least not after what I've talked about today. And oh well, yesterday technically. It's past 3 AM. Never play. Oh god, 3 AM challenge. Never play Doki Doki this bond we share at 3 AM. You'll notice weird bumps in the ceiling. There was something... Ah yes, the little points that were reduced was a bit of the pacing towards the end. I feel like at the beginning it was pretty well, but then towards the end it felt... specific things felt far too fast-paced and put together in a way that it was just a bit too fast for personal preference, at least. So... yeah. I will give 9.5 in each category because I don't feel like it should reduce too much. Like with the pacing, even at the end, I still had fun. I just noticed it felt a little weird with like, now we push in like the Monika thing, and then Yuri's drunk, and now she'll confess it today. It just felt a bit like the way it was put together towards the end did not... it for sure didn't match the pace at the beginning, that's for sure. It's just the way that events were placed after one another. Like... it's not fully just the place, it's just the way that the events were... felt like sometimes they didn't have any smooth transition. The complete end, not again. Like, during the walk and then they see the stars, that was very well done again. But I also feel like during the goodbye specific things were like... the way that events were like put together felt a little strange to me. like I said, it's a bit more personal preference here, so. But yeah, I am excited for the it totally fulfilled its purpose because I'm really excited for the full mod. So it completely fulfilled its purpose anyway. Yeah, 9.5 in each category equals out to a 9.5 in total. Like I said, I don't know if there's any mod that will ever score a perfect score given my my pickiness and my preferences. So 9.5, let's take that as something that's like basically the best you can get from here, at least as far as I know thus far, or at least one of the best. Like 10.10, you kind of need to be more of a simple mod most likely then. So yeah, I loved it. I'm excited for the full mod. I'm far too awake for this time of night. I didn't even... I will see that I go to bed soon. I still need to do a bit of housework shit. Anyway, I'll take care of that. And you enjoy a little bit more of the screen while I say goodnight. Is there anything else I might want to add? No, I really just liked it overall. I liked the way that the relationships were for the most part. I think the MC is interesting and nice in his, like, not really nice, but I do feel like he's an interesting MC that could make for interesting story development, especially since there is maybe a bit of a, like, the stream could maybe imply that there could be some type of yandere-ish connection between the two of them. And yeah, I'm excited for that, so... Yeah, I almost just said goodnight and sweet dreams. That's what I'm about to do. But yeah, have a good night, evening, morning, or day, depending on when you watch this. I guess it would technically be good morning for me, but yeah, anyway. I hope you had fun. I know I know I did. I am far too excited right now. Stay safe.